This is a powerful message for every senior in the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia. Your memory can improve. Many older adults are scared of forgetting things, of losing names, faces, places that once felt like home. But the right foods, real, nutrient-rich options, can slow memory loss and even help your brain reconnect. This isn't a myth. It's science. Your brain is made of cells that can heal, and what you eat either nourishes or damages them. Blueberries are at the top of this list for a reason. In fact, many nutritionists and neurologists across the United States have called them brain berries for years. The deep blue pigment, called anthocyanin, is what gives blueberries their powerful antioxidant ability. This pigment helps protect the brain from oxidative stress, a major factor in cognitive decline. Oxidative stress leads to inflammation, which silently destroys brain cells. And yet, very few seniors in Canada or the United Kingdom are told how impactful these tiny fruits are. A research study conducted at Tufts University in Massachusetts found that older adults who consumed blueberries daily for 12 weeks showed significant improvements in memory tests, especially when recalling words and matching patterns. That is not just a number on a chart. That is a person recognizing their grandchild's face again. That's someone who remembered why they walked into the living room. One of the strongest effects seen with blueberries is their impact on the hippocampus, the area of the brain responsible for forming new memories. It's heartbreaking how many seniors feel like they are slowly vanishing from their own minds. But foods like blueberries give real hope. Another food often overlooked in the typical United States diet is fatty fish, specifically wild-caught salmon, sardines, and mackerel. These are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA, which makes up a huge portion of the brain's gray matter. DHA is what helps neurons communicate effectively, and without enough of it, the brain literally struggles to think. Have you ever felt like your brain was in a fog? Many seniors in Australia describe this sensation, a dullness, like thoughts can't connect. Low DHA levels are often to blame. The American Heart Association has pushed for higher omega-3 intake for cardiovascular health, but studies now confirm it's just as critical for brain function. A 6-month trial in older adults in the United Kingdom found that regular consumption of omega-3-rich fish improved memory recall, reduced anxiety, and even helped with sleep quality. That's not minor. Sleep is when your brain cleans itself, when plaques and toxins get flushed out. The more quality sleep seniors get, the more memory repair can happen. But the foundation of that healing starts with omega-3 fats. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are another brain-saving powerhouse. Loaded with folate, vitamin K, beta-carotene, and lutein, these greens actively slow brain aging. A major study from Rush University Medical Center in Chicago tracked over 950 seniors for 5 years and found that those who ate leafy greens daily had the cognitive ability of someone 11 years younger. Imagine that. What if your brain could feel a decade younger just by adding greens to your plate? It's alarming how many seniors in the United States barely consume any real vegetables at all. Prepackaged meals, sugary snacks, and low-fiber diets dominate retirement communities. Many Americans simply don't have the energy to cook every day. But just a cup of steamed spinach, a fresh kale salad, or sautéed Swiss chard could shift the trajectory of their brain health. And for seniors in Canada dealing with long winters and limited access to fresh produce, even frozen greens still carry a high nutrient content. The key is consistency. Turmeric, the golden spice most known for its role in curry, is often dismissed as just flavor in many Western kitchens, but it contains curcumin, a compound proven to cross the blood-brain barrier and fight inflammation directly inside the brain. Chronic inflammation is one of the silent killers of memory, and it builds up slowly. You might not feel it for years, and then suddenly you start forgetting common words or can't follow conversations like you used to. Seniors across the United Kingdom are being prescribed antidepressants, anxiety medications, or memory enhancers when often inflammation is the root problem. A study from UCLA found that older adults who took curcumin supplements twice daily for 18 months had significant improvements in memory and attention. Brain scans even showed fewer signs of amyloid plaques, which are associated with Alzheimer's. And this isn't just about supplements. Turmeric in its raw or powdered form can be added to tea, sprinkled into eggs, or cooked with rice. But it needs to be paired with black pepper, which increases curcumin absorption by over 2,000%. Many nutritionists in the United States fail to mention this, leaving seniors confused about why turmeric isn't working for them. It's not the turmeric, it's the missing pepper. Eggs are another forgotten hero in memory protection, especially the yolks, which contain choline, a nutrient vital for the production of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter involved in mood and memory regulation. Decades ago, people in the United States were told to avoid eggs because of cholesterol fears, but recent research has debunked that myth entirely. The dietary guidelines for Americans removed cholesterol as a nutrient of concern, and eggs are now recognized as a nutrient-dense food. Choline deficiency is common among seniors in Canada and Australia, yet doctors rarely test for it. Without enough choline, your brain cannot make the chemicals it needs to function properly. One study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults with higher choline intake performed better on memory tasks and had fewer signs of brain shrinkage. That's massive. Brain shrinkage is one of the earliest indicators of cognitive decline. If there's a chance to slow that down, shouldn't everyone take it? Eggs are cheap, easy to cook, and accessible in almost every grocery store from New York to Toronto to London to Sydney. Why are we not talking more about this? Pumpkin seeds may seem small and insignificant, but their zinc, magnesium, copper, and iron content make them a perfect food for seniors looking to enhance brain function. Zinc is crucial for nerve signaling, and its deficiency has been linked to neurological conditions like depression and Alzheimer's. In fact, in several memory clinics in the United States, low zinc levels are now being flagged as a contributor to brain fog and slowed recall. Magnesium helps with learning and memory formation, and copper helps control nerve signals. Iron is essential for oxygen delivery to the brain. Without it, fatigue sets in and cognitive function drops. Seniors in the United Kingdom and Canada often struggle with nutrient absorption, especially if they're on medications that interfere with mineral uptake. That's why eating whole food sources like pumpkin seeds can make such a difference. Just a small handful daily can help keep the brain sharp. Some seniors blend them into smoothies, sprinkle them on oatmeal, or mix them into yogurt. The key is daily use. Seeds may not feel like a big deal, but they are one of nature's most concentrated sources of brain-supporting minerals. If your memory has been slipping, if you've walked into a room and forgotten why you're there, if names and dates keep floating just out of reach, then your brain is calling out for help. The problem is not always age. It's not always something inevitable. It's often about whether your neurons are being fed what they need. Seniors across the United States are dealing with cognitive issues not because they're old, but because their diets have been stripped of these powerful natural brain enhancers. The same pattern is being seen in the United Kingdom, Australia, and Canada. An over-reliance on processed foods, low fiber, too much sugar, and not enough of these real memory-boosting ingredients. People are living longer, but their brains are aging faster, and that gap is terrifying. You can feel it when you talk to your doctor and they shrug off your forgetfulness as just part of getting older. That dismissal hurts, but now you know that there is more to the story. You are not powerless. You don't need exotic superfoods or expensive supplements from obscure health stores in Los Angeles or Melbourne. You need the right foods, the right combinations of them, consistently. The human brain is not designed to thrive on nutrient-poor, ultra-processed foods, yet that's what many seniors across the United States are eating daily. In many households and senior care facilities, breakfast starts with white toast, pancakes, sugary cereals, and orange juice loaded with added sugars. This creates a massive glucose spike, followed by a crash, leaving the brain foggy, tired, and struggling to form or retain new memories. If you are in your 60s, 70s, or 80s and you've noticed increased forgetfulness, you should ask yourself, what did I feed my brain today? Because memory is not just about what you did years ago. It's about what you are doing right now. Many older adults in Canada and the United Kingdom report feeling like their brain is slipping away, when in fact their diet has been sabotaging their cognition for decades. But this can change. And it starts by making foods like blueberries, fatty fish, greens, turmeric, eggs, and pumpkin seeds part of your daily lifestyle, not just occasional meals. Beyond specific foods, the pattern of eating also plays a role. In the United States, the typical diet is full of hidden sugars and artificial additives that create chronic inflammation, one of the leading causes of memory decline. It is not enough to add a few blueberries to a sugar-loaded muffin or sprinkle turmeric on a greasy takeout dish. You must look at the overall picture. Are you eating whole foods or processed ones? Are you skipping meals or relying on quick snacks? In Australia, a growing number of elderly patients are being treated for early signs of dementia, and nutritionists are finding direct links to erratic eating habits and long-term nutritional deficiencies. Seniors are often under-eating, especially protein, which is critical for neurotransmitter production. Without amino acids from high-quality proteins, the brain cannot synthesize dopamine, serotonin, or acetylcholine, essential chemicals for mood and memory. This is one reason why eggs are so vital. They offer both protein and choline, and they're easy to digest, even for those with sensitive stomachs or dental issues. One story from a senior in California illustrates this perfectly. She had been forgetting names of close friends, losing her keys multiple times a week, and even got lost on a short walk in her neighborhood. Her doctor ran tests, found nothing clinically wrong, and told her it was likely just normal aging. But she didn't accept that answer. She began changing her diet. Every morning, she started eating eggs with sautéed spinach and a side of avocado. She swapped her sugary snacks for nuts and seeds, and she added wild-caught salmon to her weekly routine. In just 2 months, her short-term memory improved so noticeably that her daughter cried during a phone call when her mother remembered her granddaughter's birthday for the first time in years. That's the emotional impact of feeding the brain what it's starving for. Seniors in Canada and the United Kingdom deserve to know this. Not because it's a miracle, but because it's biology. Your brain is alive, and it responds to the fuel you give it. Fermented foods are another critical piece missing from the average Western senior's diet. Things like kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, and plain yogurt aren't just good for digestion, they're good for memory. The gut-brain axis is real. What happens in your gut sends chemical signals to your brain. If your gut is inflamed, leaking, or imbalanced, your brain suffers. Over 70% of serotonin, the mood-stabilizing chemical, is produced in the gut, and when gut bacteria are out of balance, cognitive symptoms often appear. Seniors in the United States often report symptoms of depression and forgetfulness together, but what's rarely investigated is the microbiome. A growing body of research shows that probiotics and fermented foods can directly impact memory by reducing neuroinflammation and improving synaptic plasticity, the ability of your brain to create new connections. In a 2022 study conducted across several clinics in Canada and Australia, elderly patients who consumed fermented foods daily performed better in memory recall tests and showed improvements in mood stability. That's no coincidence, it's physiology. Walnuts are another incredibly effective food for memory enhancement. Their shape even resembles a human brain, and for good reason. They are rich in alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3, along with vitamin E, folate, and polyphenols, all of which protect neurons from damage. Vitamin E, in particular, helps reduce oxidative stress in the brain, a condition that leads to faster memory loss and decreased focus. Seniors in the United States rarely get enough vitamin E, and many are buying low-quality supplements that don't include the most potent forms like tocotrienols. But walnuts offer a whole food source of these vital nutrients. Just a small handful daily, around 1 ounce, can significantly improve brain performance. In a study from Loma Linda University in California, older adults who consumed walnuts daily for 6 months had improved cognitive scores and faster reaction times. Many people in the United Kingdom and Canada avoid nuts due to dental issues or choking concerns. But crushed walnuts, nut butters, or blended smoothies can solve this issue without removing the benefit. What matters is the habit, not the format. Another massive problem affecting seniors' memory in the United States and other Western countries is chronic dehydration. It may sound simple, but even mild dehydration causes brain shrinkage, increased forgetfulness, fatigue, and slower processing speed. Older adults often lose their sense of thirst, and many avoid drinking water to prevent bathroom trips, especially at night. But the brain is 75% water, and every cognitive function depends on hydration. A study at the University of Connecticut found that even 1.5% dehydration led to measurable memory impairment in seniors. That's the equivalent of just 1 or 2 cups of water missing. In hot climates like southern United States or inland areas of Australia, seniors are at even higher risk, especially if they're taking medications that act as diuretics. Encourage your brain to function better by drinking more water, herbal teas, or broths throughout the day. Cognitive benefits don't just come from expensive nootropics. They come from basic hydration that costs nothing but intention. Avocados are another underrated food when it comes to senior brain health. They are rich in healthy monounsaturated fats, particularly oleic acid, which improves blood flow to the brain and supports the myelin sheath that insulates nerve cells. Better myelin means faster communication between brain cells. In the United States, avocados are often dismissed as trendy or associated only with millennials, but they offer real cognitive benefits. A study conducted by Tufts University showed that older adults who ate 1 avocado a day for 6 months had significant improvement in attention and working memory compared to those who didn't. The fruit also contains lutein, which has been linked not only to better eye health but also to improved mental processing speed. Seniors in Canada and the United Kingdom, where avocados can be more expensive or harder to find fresh, can benefit from frozen avocado chunks or guacamole made with minimal additives. The benefit comes from the fat-soluble nutrients, not just the freshness. Dark chocolate, particularly those with 70% or higher cacao content, can offer short-term and long-term memory improvements due to its flavonoids, caffeine, and theobromine. These compounds improve blood flow to the brain and stimulate the hippocampus. A study published in Nature Neuroscience found that participants who consumed high flavonoid cocoa showed increased activity in the dentate gyrus, an area associated with age-related memory decline. Seniors across the United States have been told to avoid chocolate due to sugar concerns, but high-quality dark chocolate in small amounts, about 1 ounce per day, can be beneficial. The key is to choose products with minimal added sugars and no artificial flavors. In Australia and the United Kingdom, health-conscious food stores are offering more of these high cacao options, yet many seniors remain unaware of the connection between chocolate and brain performance. It's not about indulgence, it's about targeted nutrition. Liver, especially grass-fed beef liver, is one of the most nutrient-dense foods for brain health. It's packed with vitamin B12, folate, iron, choline, and retinol, nutrients that are critical for cognitive function, especially as people age. In the United States, consumption of organ meats has dramatically declined, mostly due to taste preferences and misinformation. But B12 deficiency is one of the most common yet overlooked causes of memory loss and confusion in seniors. A study conducted in Boston found that 40% of adults over the age of 60 had low B12 levels, and many were misdiagnosed with dementia when the real issue was a reversible nutrient deficiency. In Canada and the United Kingdom, doctors are beginning to reintroduce liver supplements or recommend small servings of liver pâté or capsules to seniors with cognitive symptoms. For those who can tolerate the taste, cooking liver once or twice per week can provide memory-enhancing benefits that no synthetic multivitamin can match.